Mari was born with something called dilated cardiomyopathy. In simple terms, dilated cardiomyopathy means a stretched out heart muscle that is weak and not functioning well. And over time, that heart muscle became more and more damaged and dysfunctional.
First sign for us would have been she wasn't eating, she was sleeping constantly.
She wasn't as active as a normal baby would have been.
She was 5 months old when we took her into a doctor checkup. And then the next month, we took her to the hospital because there was major weight loss.
And we had requested an x-ray for her to be checked out. And that's when we discovered that her heart was 80% of her chest.
This heart that's supposed to be a pump actually became just a big, boggy bag. Yeah, a normal sized heart would be around this size. So her heart was incredibly enlarged. Whereas most hearts are supposed to pump with an ejection fraction of around 55 to 75%. Hers was 9%.
She didn't know what was going on.
It's like your whole body went white and cold, and it just took you right off the floor, and you didn't even know where you were standing at the time.
So they life flighted her the next morning to U of M.
When we got there, she was on life support. She was on a breathing machine. She was on a ventilator. And she was unconscious.
I think I want to say we were a month and a half, 2 months into U of M before she started definitely going downhill. U of M told us that she was in heart failure, and that's when they brought up the transplant.
She was listed the highest priority because she was one of our sickest patients in the hospital waiting for a heart transplant. And even though she didn't even have the energy to eat, she would just smile, beam every time we came into the room, and played with us every single morning on rounds, and she continued to be a light even when she was so sick waiting for a heart. She received a donor offer after about 5 months of waiting for a heart.
Finding out that she was getting the heart transplant was a lot of weight lifted off the shoulder.
And we were up, I want to say 74 hours straight.
Yeah.
Without an ounce of sleep. They told us that her surgery went well. Oh, her foot was warm.
Then right when we went seeing her, you could definitely tell, like just looking at her, you can tell with the heart pumping and doing everything it needed to do, that she was just a whole different baby, even though she was still sedated laying there. And you could just feel her, she just felt warm. Like she didn't feel cold anymore. And it was just amazing how fast things can change.
And this is her transplanted heart taken from last month. As you can see, her new heart is squeezing vigorously and looks perfect. We're hopeful that her first transplant will be the only transplant that she'll need for her entire life.
It should be pretty easy from here on out, as long as there's no curveballs. And she likes to throw us curveballs every now and then, so.
Mari's case is exactly why we do what we do. We love taking care of kids, helping them through their most trying times, and see them leave the hospital and thrive and become just normal kids.
She's so spunky.
Yeah, she definitely likes keeping everybody happy.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that, like, if I have a bad day at work, you know, me coming home and seeing just her, daddy, it just puts a big old smile on your face no matter what mood you're kind of in. She's always just trying to make people happy.